Welcome back for another MMS sponsor interview. Today we have with us Eric Nguyen of Collective. They're a new sponsor for us this year at the platinum level. They have some interesting technology, should be able to help out all of their wonderful customers. Welcome, Eric.
Thanks, Mark.
Can you tell us a little bit about your company, since it will be probably a little new for some folks?
Sure. Collective's actually been around for about 16 years. We've always been in content delivery, peer-to-peer, smart enterprise peering technology. But throughout kind of the 16 years, we've been really focused on the video distribution side. So internally, companies doing live webcasts at a global scale or having very large scale video portals. So our customers are the largest companies in the world, ranging anywhere between tens to hundreds of thousands of employees doing live events and getting that content delivered out to the edge, high quality video out to the edge while minimizing bandwidth when doing so. So the main kind of impetus for us is doing it with that peer technology. We're doing it completely cloud and software based. So historically, enterprises had to solve that technology or solve that problem with hardware-based caching servers, moving those CDNs, moving it as close to the edge, and then caching servers inside the firewall at the branches. We took a different approach with the peer technology. Single stream comes in, and then we're peering that live video throughout those offices around the world.
That's fascinating. So what is new with your company over the past year? Are there some exciting changes you want to share with us, other than obviously the big change from video to some of the other new software you've got going on?
Yeah, so a couple of things, but I think absolutely, Mark. The number one thing that's changed, right, is now as of we closed 2017. Now we're on over 5 million endpoints, right, delivering video at scale using the smart peering technology. And one of the things that we realized is that because our platform's been agnostic, what are the other use cases out there that enterprises, are or will be struggling with from a content distribution or content delivery perspective? And that's where we saw kind of the growing trend, or not the trend, but the deadline of moving towards Windows 10 by 2020. But more importantly, Microsoft changing and moving to a Windows as a service model. Right, so you take Windows OS level upgrades that are now going to be deployed at least twice a year from Microsoft's perspective, and then you combine that with they're moving towards a cumulative patching model where it could be anywhere up to a gigabyte of patch quality patch information that needs to actually get distributed and deployed out to the edge on a monthly basis. And from our perspective, that's just another extension of that use case of moving large quantities of data out to the edge. And there's something that we can do by minimizing the bandwidth, but then just as importantly, accelerating it to get it to the edge on a faster basis. So that's the main thing that we're extending our platform. And then in conjunction with that, we've been enhancing our analytics platforms. So historically, we have a very strong analytics platform that has allowed our customers to not only see performance around their events and kind of the content side, but just as importantly, the distribution and the peering efficiency and the network efficiency of the distribution side. So as we extend into this new software delivery use case, we'll be enhancing the analytics there as well. So network admins can actually see the bandwidth and kind of the network benefits of having a peer-assisted technology moving all that software.
I just see this being huge. I swear, not a week goes by without seeing a big Twitter conversation about issues distributing content, especially those cumulative updates. This will be huge. So that's amazing. Tell me about Collective as a platform and where you see it going in the future.
Yeah, so I think layering in software delivery on top of video distribution, now you can kind of starting to see where our long-term vision is in today's world, right? As people move to the cloud, there's still going to be data centers. There's going to be still information that's going to be stored at the cloud. But the thing is, the reality, our vision is actually all the interactions, interactivity is happening at the edge. So no matter whether enterprises move completely to the cloud or not, the idea is you're always going to be moving right? Larger and larger amounts of information out to the edge for where the interaction is happening. In addition, kind of with IoT and things like that, we're gonna be collecting a lot more data at the edge than we've ever been. That information needs to move back into backend systems to really drive kind of the big data insights, the analytics, even AI systems and things like that. So for us, being a platform is what is the opportunity for us to truly be this next generation of edge performance and intelligence, right? Leveraging all of this processing power that is naturally sitting at the edge and scales as a company scales. So as your employee base grows, your compute power at the edge completely grows as well. So with our peering technology, we're just leveraging that. So as you add in, layer in other use cases, for example, today, cloud-based storage, right? Every day enterprises are coming in, people are turning on their Outlook or cloud-based storage solutions. The amount of syncing that's happening from the cloud out to the edge, the amount of syncing that's coming back. So we can see that we can naturally be tapping into those use cases as well. Other use cases where there's solutions, edge monitoring types of solutions that are pulling a lot of information out at the edge, they need to move that traffic back in. So we're looking and researching ways of kind of doing the inverse of what peer technology has done in the past, which was fanning out information very efficiently without impacting network bandwidth. Can we do the opposite? Can we be capturing all this information at the edge and fanning it back into backend systems for the various solutions that are out there that are processing that information? And effectively, you're becoming kind of this next generation of edge technology that helps move data to and from the edge.
That sounds great. I can see your products being incredibly useful. I can't even express how much. So there are a lot of challenges a lot of companies have been dealing with over the last year. I want to kind of take some time to talk a little bit about those and what your company can do to help solve those challenges. For instance, minimizing risk. We know that security is a big thing nowadays, and one big part of that is deploying patches to all your endpoints simultaneously without dedicating obscene amounts of expensive hardware or other IT resources. How can you guys help us there?
Yeah. So, and that's one of those things. I think it's very challenging. How do we get to the point where, as part of digital transformation, there's twofold, right? It's really getting the latest and greatest technologies and software out there so that your teams are actually leveraging the latest, but they have to be secure, right? I think security in the last few years, we've seen it just keeps getting more and more critical, making sure that your endpoints are secure. I think kind of, the last decade or so, all kind of the security breaches and things like that, we always think of them as kind of back in the data center types of vulnerabilities, where I think the latest security breaches, we're seeing kind of the new vectors, everything's coming in, or a lot of things are coming in from the edge. Yeah. So how do you make sure all of these devices, everything that's out at the edge, is patched and is on the latest patches, so that you actually minimize the vulnerabilities. And that's where we've seen a huge opportunity to be able to have a technology that just works once the patches are available, and depending on kind of the policies for your enterprise, the amount of internal vetting, but you're confident that once you're comfortable that this needs to move out to the edge, you have a technology that can actually expedite and get that out. And as we've spoke to some of our customers, it's interesting kind of what their SLAs are regarding kind of patch management and how quickly they get it out compared to what they're actually doing. And I think that's one of those things where kind of our technology just gives them that confidence that you can do not only full software updates, but critical security and quality patches. And you can do it in a way where you're moving them out to the edge 24 hours a day, because we don't have those bandwidth restrictions, right? Enterprises and teams don't have to wait to make these types of deployments after hours and on the weekends so that they don't impact critical business traffic. Imagine if you can use a peering technology that can actually move that out, pre-position all those patches throughout 24 hours a day, every single day, and then make sure that once they're out there, then they basically initiate and update.
That just kicked over a giant hurdle. All right. So it sounds like this is an amazing platform, can help with some major challenges revolving around deploying all kinds of Microsoft-related content with Windows as a service, the build updates, major cumulative updates, etc. And sounds like it's super great for scaling and growth and whatnot. So we really look forward to seeing you guys at the event. Do you have any big plans? I'm sure you have a booth there. Any events or sponsor sessions that we should definitely go see and check out?
Yeah, so we have our data science team will be out there speaking regarding kind of around analytics, the type of information that because we have this presence at the edge, that we have an understanding, we're constantly moving that information out to the edge, moving information back in. We actually, the way that our system is architected, we have a full top-down topographical view of the network that the peers are actually operating in. So we have a data science team that will be speaking about the cool things that we can do with that data. And then also right up close to the event, we'll be announcing some pretty interesting stuff. But we'll wait until we get close to the show to make that announcement.
Well, very nice. Well, I can't speak for everyone else, but I know I'm looking forward to that. And if it's anything like your guys' current products we're talking about today, I'm sure it will not fail to amaze everyone. Well, I just want to thank you for taking the time to join us today, and we look forward to seeing you at MMS.
All right, thank you, Mark.
Thanks.